I'm Phil Reynolds and I'm with a rather relaxed looking Carl Cox in Dublin before his gig at the Tripod. How's things?
Yeah, really good actually. It's a pleasure to come back after all these years to play at Tripod. I believe that they've extended the club in the sense of capacity and sound, so I'm really looking forward to giving it a bit of a thrashing.
So you're going to rock Ireland?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a while since I've been back, and of course the music that I've been playing over the many years has changed a little bit as well. But right now I feel really happy about how music has really changed a little bit for the next generation who are into dance music, and there's just so much great stuff out there for me. I'm going to unleash hell today.
So we're in for a good night. You've made your name as obviously being a big character behind the decks, but I read recently that you said if the paparazzi were outside a nightclub, you would go to the people who are coming to see you before you would go to speak to them. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the fans always come first. I think I've proven that point many times. If you see so many people have autographs and pictures of me every time, it's just incredible. I mean, even just getting here today, there was a lot of people coming from Ibiza who's obviously had a really good time at the club in space, and they just wanted their pictures and autographs, and I'm quite happy to do all of that. You know, it's a part and parcel of what I'm involved in and what I've basically created. So I can't ignore the fans. It's just not possible.
Because they're not ignoring what you've done for them as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was a punter before I was a DJ anyway, so I know what it's like to be on the other side of the fence. And it's just always great to see the support from people based on how much I give. I mean, I give a lot in the sense of the reason why I'm still here after so many years, by not seeing my family and friends that much, and not even having a stable life that I would like to have. But on the other side of the coin, here I am as a DJ with a great career of people who love what I do.
Let's say your house would be a big suitcase.
It is, yeah. It certainly is. I mean, the thing is, I don't actually live in any one place, so I'm always moving around, and with that, you know, eventually I'll settle down, but I don't think it's anytime soon.
Well, sometimes you have to put superstar DJs on the spot. If I was to say to you, talking about the top 100 DJs, who would be your three? My name is Carl Cox. My number one, number two, and number three DJs would be?
It'd be Laurent Garnier, it would be Sven Vath and Danny Tenaglia.
Just like that?
Just like that.
I've interviewed DJs of all genres of music that, like yourself, that travel the world. One week they're in Ibiza, the next week they're in Ireland, and every DJ that I've interviewed, without being biased, coming from Northern Ireland, have said that the crowds from Ireland and from Northern Ireland are the loudest in the world. Would you agree?
I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to gauge that because, I mean, you know, when I play in Portugal, they're pretty crazy. If I play in Italy, it's even mad. I mean, what we should do actually is get a decibel meter and then find out the truth behind the myth on who shouts the loudest. That'd be interesting, actually. Yeah. No one's ever thought of that.
To be honest, I could think on a decibel meter, they'd be like, is his music really that loud? Well, I think my mum would be saying that anyway. This month alone, you're playing in 7 different countries, including Ibiza. How's things out there?
Ibiza has really taken on a life of its own now. I mean, a lot of things have changed since they've got a new government in who want to basically get some sort of order on the island by shutting the clubs down a little bit earlier and making sure that the clubs are running at the right capacity and this sort of stuff. So, and they closed a couple of clubs down, one being DC-10 for things that happened 3 years ago. So it's a little bit difficult there right now in the sense of, you know, the perception of what Ibiza is about in the sense of 24-hour clubbing. But, you know, a change is as good as the rest. It just means people have to go out a little bit earlier if they want more out of the night. But in saying that, for us as an individual, our Tuesday nights have been absolutely stupendous. It's a full capacity crowd. DJs have been playing really good. We've been getting good support from people who believe that our night is one of the best nights on the island, and we've been basically in the creation of that for the last 7 years. So this season so far, after the last 3 weeks, has been amazing. Without
making you feel a wee bit old, you've been in this game for longer than I've been alive, basically. When is the time for Carl Cox to wake up and say, listen, I need to hang the headphones up?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, you know, how long's a piece of string and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I'm still having a really good lot of fun at the moment, doing what I'm doing at the level that I'm doing it at. There's going to be one day where I'm going to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to just go fishing.
Obviously, we get a lot of interaction from your fans and people, you know, interested in music production. DJing now isn't all about DJing; it's the production factor of things as well. What advice would you give them?
The only advice I can give them really is to basically, whatever you do it with conviction. You know, believe in what you're basically interested in, whether it be drum and bass, whether it be jazz, whether it be funk, whether it be soul or electronic. You know, that's the only way how people can get behind you and believe that that's what you're into. If you start following the crowd or following the movement and then you're just following, you need to be leading by whatever you're doing and believe in that. And that's what I've ever done, you know. And for me, I always try to keep my first foot forward and to be really happy in what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people out there or 10,000, as long as I feel that what I'm doing and giving is the best possible, the best I can give possibly, and then it makes me happy, and that should make everyone else happy too.
Now, the last DJ I spoke to was, in fact, a DJ from Northern Ireland, a good friend of yours, Fergie. I interviewed him and I asked him the same question about who would he name in his top 3 DJs. His number 1 DJ was some guy, Carl Cox. He's made the progression into playing techno now from the hard dance scene. He told me he went to see you at the Ulster Hall in Belfast when he was 12, and now you're playing his records. Do you think he's a big thing for the future?
I think so. I mean, when he was doing all the hard house stuff, you know, it was what the perception of him was. But in his heart's of hearts, he wanted to play more music which had a lot more substance and a lot more longevity and soul, you know, and that's what he has, and that's what he wants to give to people. And it's an honest thing for him to have done. It might not have been the best move in the sense of popularity, but he'll grow back into that based on what he's doing now. And all I can do is support it. And he's making some really, really good music right now, and I believe in that. He's doing the right thing for himself right now.
So in 3 words, the Tripod in Dublin tonight, you're playing a 3-hour set. When Carl Cox comes behind the decks, what can we expect in 3 words?
Anarchy, panic, and I would say, anarchy, panic, and love.
That's a good Friday night out for me. Carl Cox, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much, it's been awesome.